All right, ladies and gentlemen, Apple Sheep, what's going on? How you doing? Um, interesting, interesting. I will take a note of that. I'm already loaded in, unfortunately. I didn't see that until I did. But um, so welcome aboard, everybody. Um, that was loud. Okay, so. It doth appear that we are here and we are ready. Um, welcome aboard. Welcome to London Heathrow. Little bit of a change today in the plan. We were going to fly to Greece, but hey, Ewan, how you doing? We were going to fly to Greece, but what happened was I didn't realize that the flight to Greece was 3 hours, not 2 hours, so I sort of backed it off a little bit. So we're here in London. Gonna go down to Bologna, Italy. 777. We got the beautiful. This is probably really loud. We have the beautiful British Airways 777 livery here, and yeah, so we're good to go. We're ready to go. I was recently injured in a pre-flight accident. I was trying. I had a fire alarm go off at my house. Your dad is doing this route right now. That's amazing. Volume was fine before. Okay, cool. I never know if I'm blowing people's ears in or not. Um, but that's good. Peter, what's going on? How are you? So what happened was I had a smoke alarm die in my house at 3 in the morning last night, which of course they never die at like 3 in the afternoon. And so I disabled the thing and threw it in the garbage, and it just started going off again 5 minutes ago. So I had to go downstairs and try to disable the stupid thing, and I cut myself in the process. But we're good. We're good. So for I think pretty sure that everybody who's here right now was here yesterday, so you can see. Yeah, Apple Sheep. And I did it. I broke the little piece and slid it into the disabled slot, and it did me no good. So, um, that being that, let's if we get people who show up who didn't see the stream yesterday who are interested in certain things, we'll do that. Let's get some departure weather. Weather is, let's see, 260 at 12 knots. So I was going to do this for one of my virtual airlines, and it's going off again right now. I swear to God. Pardon me for 1 second, gentlemen. I shall return forthwith. Give you this view while I'm gone. I'll be right back. I was actually going to smash it with a hammer, but I didn't do that. Yeah, Peter, I think pretty much everybody's doing that. Pretty much everybody's watching that, dude. Which is all good. We're just going to have ourselves a good time. As long as the smoke alarm doesn't go off again. Yeah, I know. Like, why doesn't it die at 4 in the afternoon? But anyway, Mike, how's it going? Good to see you back. What's going on? All right, so we got QNH 1013, winds 260 at 12. Um, things are looking pretty good so far as this flight goes. Now, let me get some uh, airport diagrams here. What do I need? Yeah, the departure. Um, no, okay, so let's get the airport diagram and let's get the taxi diagram. And our SID is, we are flying the Maxi 1F departure. So we'll get that. Alright, that's good. Now we can come over here. We'll go performance tools, departing runway. Which runway are we departing? We're departing runway 27, right? And Bob, thank you. I appreciate it. Good to see you again. Um, yeah, the plane is just amazing. It's not. I saw one person saying like, "Oh, everybody's just giving it good reviews you know, because that's what they do when somebody gives you early access." I'm not giving you a good review because they gave me early access. I'm giving you a good review because this plane is unbelievable. I mean, this is going to replace the 7.3 for me as my go-to airplane without any question. Um, so let's get the route here. Set the payload. Let's set the fuel. Good, good. So this is this is gonna be my third flight, and it already feels completely familiar. It already feels like I got used to this airplane faster than I got used to the 737, which I guess makes some sense given the fact that um, that that I have 737 experience. Does the aircraft have, yes, it does. It does. You can do like there's what they call mean time before failure, which is let me just make sure. Yeah, okay, good. Mean time before failure is like how long a part is expected to last before it fails, and they've got that. They've got, you can do like auto fails, if you want to have something fail at like a certain period, at like a certain point in time, or they got all kinds of different failure modes. Um, and I think I just accidentally loaded route 2. Didn't mean to do that. Let's erase. All right, now. Oh, okay. I guess route data and load the winds. Is navigating the FMC is very similar, Apple Sheep. The biggest difference I've found so far, this has a little bit more info. But like the biggest difference I've found so far is the VNav page and looking for the descent forecast, which is VNav page 3, and then you have to click forecast. That's off the top of my head the biggest difference. Um, Did it load that or no? It didn't. It did. So the other cool thing, I mentioned this yesterday, is when you load the route initially into the FMC, it loads everything. It loads the leg winds, it loads the descent forecast, it loads perf init, it loads everything. So you don't have to go through. See, perf init is already done. You just hit accept. I don't have to do that. Double click there, gross weight. I guarantee you that's kilograms because, yeah, this is kilograms. We don't like kilograms. I don't like kilograms. I'm from the United States. We don't play with kilograms. Let's see here, PMDG setup. We're gonna go aircraft. Yeah, we're gonna go aircraft and do that, and that's gonna load the aircraft config from the other plane. Yeah, kilograms. I mean, come on, expect us to know this stuff. It's crazy. I looked at that and I was like, 220,000 pounds? No, that doesn't make sense. All right, so let's go back to the init ref page. Let's go back to init. Let's go back to perf. There we go. We got some pounds now. Pounds is what we're looking for. Um, Loss of scaling. Um, Ada, you've probably got. You don't have your FPS limit set in whatchamacallit in the NVIDIA control panel. Um, but I'm not going to go too deep into that right now. But you need to set lower FPS targets. Um, they are now. So the other thing you can do, if you get one airplane set up the way you want it, you can load different. You can load different aircraft similar to how you've had the previous aircraft loaded. So it's really pretty easy. All right, cruise level, flight level 370, but I don't really need. That's going to automatically do that too. Let's do departures and arrivals. We're going 27 right. Yeah, it always depends on where you were born and where you grew up. Like if you grew up with kilograms and Celsius, you can't do Fahrenheit and pounds, and the other way around. 27 right, maxi 1F. No transition works for me. And we'll go arrival into Bologna. This is going to be a fun arrival into Bologna. Did I pick my arrival into Bologna? Yeah, I did not. RIP D4M arrival. RIP D4M. No transition. Now let's pick us an approach here. We're going to pick an approach. ILS Zulu runway 12 final. We like us ILS Zulu approaches. Just make sure it's not a. Okay, perfect. So, ILS Zulu runway 12. No transition, straight in. All right, now. Yeah, Cookie Days, you're right. So I lived in Germany for like 3 years, and I still Celsius. I mean, kilograms and all that stuff is fine. Like, and especially meters and kilometers and all that stuff. I'm cool with that. Celsius, I don't like. Celsius drives me nuts. Which is not a real far trip, by the way, to drive me nuts. Display, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Just want to make sure there's no. Alright, so just want to make sure there's no discontinuities, and there are not. So we'll go back to legs. We'll get rid of that. I don't think we're going to need that again. So, um, so if is there anybody who hasn't seen the plane and wants to like look around a little bit? Otherwise, I'll just keep getting ready. And yeah, my UN, I never understood that. Why would they use miles in the UK? That doesn't make any sense at all. That is one thing that I do not understand. Weather 260 at 12, 1013. That's exactly right. QNH is so much better, by the way. But alright, so flaps 5. Select temp is 45. OAT is 22. Alright. 1013, we're good to go. Let me see here. Let's make sure. Yeah, we're going HPA 1013. Let's see here. You know what's funny? I use Celsius in the sim too. I use Celsius, I use QNH, but I don't like using pounds. I don't like using kilograms. Alright, takeoff reference. We're going flaps 5. Alright, we'll go. This one's a little bit different than the 737 as well. Like the wind in the 737, I think is up here. Like it's just a little bit different, but not much. Let's see, what did I say? 260 at 12. And boop, 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 there we go. And it gives you your headwind and crosswind component, which is pretty cool. And we go back. Oh wait, this is the other thing that's just slightly different. Reference OAT is right here, so you got to put that in 22. And then that's going to calculate your thrust limitations. Select temp is, what did I say, 45. So we'll hit that, 96.9. This number never matches this number, but it never matched in the 737 either, so what do I know? All right, so CG is 4.25. It always is, at least in all the times I've flown this plane. Reference speeds are on. V2 is 160, so that's good to go. It's the original, yeah. Yeah, Cookie Taste, you're gonna really, really love this airplane. You're gonna love this airplane. Um, so that should be good. I'm gonna go over here. Let's get the first officer's side on the prog page. Come on, get over there, you bugger. All right, now we'll come here. Let's bring up the checklist. This is the part that's pretty cool. All right, pre-flight oxygen is good. Instruments are good. Parking brake. Did I set the parking brake? No. That's good. And it automatically checks your. When you do something, it automatically checks the checklist item for you, which is really pretty cool. The A350 is a cool plane. I'm a 777 guy. Flight deck door closed and locked. That's good. MCP, V1, that's all set. Takeoff speeds are good. CDU pre-flight completed. Trim we can't set until we get moving. Well, until we get hydraulic pressure anyway. Alright, so let's go. We'll go. Rotating beacon is coming on. It's really quick to get this plane up and going. Hey Jamie, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's see here. BBG variant for the Max. Hard to know. I mean, I think they're probably going to, no? Alright, so this is on auto, that's on auto. I've done this plane twice now, and I'm already pretty much, or not, I mean I've flown it twice. I've done the pre-flight about probably 8 times. On, auto, on. These are all on. With for the backup, emergency lights go armed. This is good. Window heats are all on. Ram air turbine is off. Alright, let me see here. We've got to look at the checklist here briefly. So, we're. Oh, come on. Alright, let's see. Left and right generator control switches are on. See, when these show off, the off light is lit, but it says on in the box above it. That means it's actually kind of in a standby mode. So it actually works quite easily. Left and right generator control switches are on. Backup generator switches on. APU selector start. Nav lights as required. Emergency lights left and right pack control switches are on auto. ADIRU is on. FMC is all set. Window heats are on. Left and right hydraulic pumps are on. C1, C2 are off. Demand pumps are all off. No smoking sign is on. We'll come here to on. EEC mode switches on normal. It's you'll get used to this plane really quick if you're used to the 737. Um, will there be a next generation of the 737 family? I think it's time for them to move on. Honestly, clean sheet is probably the way to go. Anti-ice as required. Left forward fuel pump is on. Equipment cooling and gas pumps are on. Recirc fans are on. Flight deck temperature controls are good. Left and right pack switches on auto. Trim air is on. Engine APU bleed on. Auto on. Pressurization panel is auto. Alright, ATIS. We are good. Because it is 1013. Let's go. Flight directors on the. I tell you this, once you get used to it, this plane is going to be so much quicker to get started and get going than the 737. Let's go. Auto throttles are armed. LNAV, VNAV. That's the other thing. You can turn LNAV, VNAV on right now. V2 is 160, so 180 is perfect. Let me take a look at if that is the heading of if that's runway heading. I'm going to be blown away, and I have a sneaking suspicion that's exactly what it is. Let's see here. Runway heading. 269. It's unbelievable. So it sets runway heading for you automatically once you set the departure. That is tremendously cool. I suppose I'm going to bring up Navigraph so you guys can see this. If my whatchamacallit ever shows up here. How many liveries come with it? Cookie, it's 14. I counted them. And British Airways, United, Delta, American, Swiss, China Eastern, I think it is. I think Cathay Pacific, Singapore. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of really good ones. British Airways, of course, which I'm using right now. Alright, so what else do we need to do here? I think, no, so Delta I was wrong on. I think, as I was saying that, I was like, no, I don't think that's right. Alright, let's see, London control in 129.43. So I'm going to go 122.8 here. As I was saying that, I was like, no, that's not right. 129. United is the other one I was thinking of. United. 129.43. So that's ready to go. Alright. Let's see. What else do we need to do here? Com audio panel is set. Auto brake RTO. Oh yeah, let's look at our before taxi checklist. We haven't started yet. Recall, flight controls will do that here in a second. Alright, so I think we're pretty much transponder TCAS. Let's test that. Alright. Transponder TCAS is good to go. The other thing I really like is this master brightness switch. Turn all the lights down at once. See that? But it also turns your screen brightnesses down, which is not good. So I don't think we're going to need any of these. So I will bore you with turning all these down. I don't know why I don't like having the lights on when it's daylight out. So yes, we are using the London Innivil's London scenery, and it looks fantastic. I've flown in here flown out of here one other time, and it looks awesome. And this is the other cool thing. This is the other thing I like about the. Hey, Deepian, how are you? This is the other thing I really like about this airplane. Qatar, yes. Ali, you're correct. That's another one. I love all of the equipment around the airplane. There's a lot going on. It's a very busy airplane. Getting ready. I gotta run this. Catch. So So I can attach those. All right, aileron and rotor trimmer 0. Takeoff briefing. Let's do our takeoff briefing now. Takeoff briefing. This is somewhat. I mean, it's complex airspace, so we should have a look here before we get going. All right. Oh, okay, it's one of these. All right, so airport elevation is 83. Transition altitude is 6,000. Let's write that down. London Control after takeoff, got that. Cruising level to be issued by London Control. They already gave me one. So we're off runway 26 or 27 right. Straight ahead, intercept the London R255. That's the London radio or London VOR radial 255. So we're going to be on a 255 heading, is what that means. Then turn left, intercept the 161 bearing off. Oh, this is a beauty. So somewhere this is going to say ADF required because this is the automatic directional finder Burnham. So we're going to need 161 outbound from that. Boy, I'd like to see somebody fly this in a Cessna 172 round gauge. D7.7 London at or above 3,000. That's going to be easy. And then right turn 191 to get out of Dodge. That's going to be this part of it here, and then we're out of here. So should be pretty easy. All right, so let's get everything going here. Yeah, Any Builds did a really, really good job. Hey, that's cool, Cookie. Yeah, that's a pretty neat. It's a pretty neat airport. Oh, you Minneapolis, St. Paul, Delta 777s. Yeah, I don't know why they would. Deep Ion, they do work. They do work for sure. We tried them yesterday. I don't want to mess with the weather right now, but they do work. Because I'm using live weather right now. All right, so let's get down here. Let's get rid of everything and everybody. So ground ops, this is some cool stuff. We're going to release the AC. We can release ground power. Ground service vehicles, release all. And one thing I don't like is they just disappear. I wish they would kind of move away slowly, but door management, everything is closed. These are closing. So let's arm all the doors. These are now closed, so we're good there. Ground connections, we've got. Do we have chocks? Oh, we have. So they must have released as well. So as far as that goes, we are good. Let's go back here, go to charts, go to pinned, and go to the taxi chart. Alright, so that's going to be helpful. I need that. The windows do open if anybody's curious about that. Let's see. Glide slope took too much time to capture. It's probably because I was going so fast and I wasn't. Because you should be lower and slower than I was when I intercepted yesterday. So that's one thing that we're going to try to get a little bit done a little bit better here today. Right electric demand pump on auto. Primary C1 and C2. Electrics on auto. Left demand pump on auto. C1, C2 on auto. Left and right fuel pumps. We're going all fuel pumps on here. Center pumps we don't need. Passenger signs are on. Beacon is already on. Recall. Let's give recall a quick push. And that's all we need to see. Alright, so we are ready for push and start, which means time to call London. Let me just make sure I got everything clear. Yeah, everything's good. Initial climb 6,000. So we'll go 6,000. He's going to give me something higher than that very quickly, I'm sure. So initial climb is 6,000. What else do we need from London Control? Next frequency 129.43. That's what we got. Or aircraft type and stand number on 129.43 when ready for pushback. Alright, we're good to go. London Control 129.43. So let the fun begin, gentlemen.
Spirit, hello, yep, so squawk 1255, cleared to Brussels.
Good 1255, confirmed cleared via Goodwood, climb 3000.
And Goodwood, flight 3000.
Super 860, correct. Break Lima Tango Oscar 1, report passing altitude, climb now, flight level 180.
This is going to be the part that might take a while.
Climb level 180,
we're going to climb to flight level 80, thank you, Speedbird 714 Tango.
Spirit 714 Tango, that wasn't for you, report your passing altitude.
That's 1,500 feet.
Spirit 714 Tango, thank you, maintain 6,000.
Roger, maintain 6,000, Speedbird 714 Tango, apologies.
Taram 123, climb flight level 300.
This might take a while.
123, climb flight level 300.
KLM 1 Golf, descent to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH is 1013.
Descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1013, KLM 1 Golf.
Speedbird 793, descent flight level 80.
Descent 80, Speedbird 793.
Scarry 250, speed
the problem is when they have
descent flight level 80.
one controller controlling like
Speed
15 airports in
down to
London.
80, Scarry 250.
Speedbird 1627, monitor Unicom.
Over 20, come through, 27, thank you.
84 Victor Tango, monitor Unicom.
Unicom 84 Victor Tango.
13484, climb flight level 360.
This goes like a one-arm paper hanger.
8195 London, squawk 3544, Tebra 2 Golf.
Did he give me a squawk code?
3544, Tebra 2 Golf, 8195.
Weber 364 London Control, requesting a further cruise altitude of 310, please. Weber 364, climb flight level 310. Climb flight level 310, Weber 364, thank you. Shanix 8, Juliet Romeo London, Hamel 1 Echo, arrival route. Direct Hamel.
Hamel 1 Echo, direct Hamel, and we're ready to descend when you are, Shanix 8, Juliet Romeo.
KLM 1 Golf, when established localizer 27 left, descend with the glide.
When established, 27 left, descend with the glide, KLM 1 Golf.
Super 793, speed 250 knots, turn left, heading 240 degrees.
Okay, here we go. 7307.
Flyer 8450, descend to altitude 3000 feet, cleared ILS runway 27.
Go that descend to 3000, cleared ILS 27, approach, flyer 8450.
Speed 793, turn left,
Oh
heading
yeah, it's the thing about
240
having one
degrees, speed
controller doing all this
250
is
knots.
ridiculous.
Left 240, speed 250, speedbird 796.
8195, descend flight level 140.
Descent level 143, 195.
London Control, Speedbird 640, stand 547 at Heathrow, ready to push and start.
Speedbird 640, contact ground 121.705.
Roger.
Shuttle
And
18 Victor from Alpha 4, clear takeoff 27 right with 260 degrees
EGLL
at 12 knots.
121.
By
Okay.
Alpha 4, clear takeoff for Shuttle
121.705, it wasn't on
Spirit
before.
request push and start from gate 4 at Southampton.
That was my
Good
mistake.
820, push and start approved, QNH is 1015, expect 20.
705.
Finish 1015, expect 20.
It's better that we have
Spirit,
ground control
take a
because
stop
that
approved.
means 121.705.
Start approved, Speedbird 1.
Okay. London ground, good afternoon, Speedbird 640.
The 640, he took ground close, fast message.
Say again for Speedbird 640.
The Speed 640, are you calling for clearance?
A-firm, we've got our IFR already. It was ready for push and start from stand 547.
Speed 640, roger, stand 547, push start, create face north.
Alright, push in face north for Speedbird 640. It's one thing I always chide myself on is you get like in so much of a hurry to talk quickly because everybody else does it, but the most important thing is to communicate properly. So we're gonna go to make sure there's nothing behind us, and I mean it's really not ideal a space, is it? All right, push and face north.
Ground Lufthansa 118, gate 2118 for push and start.
Lufthansa 118, stand 211 for start, free face north.
Push and start, push,
Let's
face north,
see,
Lufthansa 118.
Release the parking brake. Alright, that is good. Let's start engine, start page here.
Austrian 455, what is your initial climb?
Austrian 455, the initial climb for Austin is at Heathrow is 6,000 feet.
6,000 feet for the 455, thank you.
Gotta really keep an eye on this here. Okay. So let's get ourselves back a good distance here. I'll get back to the chat here a little bit, guys. Sorry about the delay here. Alright. Alright, that should be good. A little bit more. This way I can pretend I'm facing north here. Alright, we'll go inside. Let's put the parking brake on. No, let's not put the parking brake on for 1 second here. Everything coming off. So the packs, the auto on the packs is the only thing that we're waiting for. The taxi light on. APU selector off. Alright.
Heathrow, Speedbird 1, heavy, ready for push.
Auto engine PDI is on.
Is that 1 stand 416 for start approved?
Alright, flaps 5.
Did you say start approved? I've already started my engines at Speedbird 1 at 1 more
start approved, stand 416.
Alright, we're good to go. Now, flap stab trim is good. We need.
Heathrow, I'm sorry, I think you responded when I was talking. Am I approved for push or I already started my engine?
218 firm, stand 416, push and
Let's
start
go
approved.
flight controls and we'll
Thank you.
check that real quick. 425, perfect. Alright, do our flight control check here real quick anyway. While we're there. Good. So parking brake I should put on here so we don't go anywhere. Alright, checklist, flight controls, ground equipment is clear. Alright. For takeoff, flaps. Alright, so we're good to go. So that's all set. Alright, let's see. Heathrow ground, Speedbird 640 ready for taxi. We got pushed straight out rather than north, but we can make the turn.
640, great. Taxi by Charlie, right Alpha, hold that, please.
You say again for 640.
640, taxi by Charlie, right Alpha, hold Pluto.
Charlie, right Alpha, hold what? Let's see here.
Ground Delta 118, right taxi.
France 118, taxi via Kilo, White Alpha, hold at Pluto.
Alright, Kilo Alpha, hold short at link 22. Delta 118.
Delta 118 negative, hold at Pluto. Papa Lima Uniform Tango India, Pluto.
Alright, hold short at Pluto, and Delta 118.
And London ground, speedbird 640, Charlie, right on Alpha, and hold short Pluto. Like, I don't even know where that is. Where is that? Where on earth is that? Let's see if you guys can see it. I certainly can't. Right.
Speedbird 1, ready for taxi.
31 taxi, holding point Sierra Bravo 3, hold short for runway 27 left.
Oh, Pluto. Okay, so all the way down. Alright. I mean, I figured it was all the way down, but...
Speedbird 1, taxi to holding point Sierra Bravo 3, hold short of runway 27 left.
I figured it was all the way down, but...
Calling to push with 4 Papa Kilo.
Affirmative.
4 Papa Kilo,
Well, that
thanks,
could
stand
be
501, push start up
sure.
face east.
Take these, Speedbird. Hold up, Kilo.
Speedbird 932, ready for push and start 512.
That 932, stand 512, push start up face north.
Push into approval, face north, Speedbird 932.
Ground Etihad 42 Bravo, requesting IFR clearance to Abu Dhabi, information India, stand 403, Boeing 789.
So...
Cat 40 Bravo, Heathrow ground host, standby.
Yeah, damn, the 777 is stunning.
Kilo 1 Golf, Airways.
Apologize for being a little bit
Golf,
behind the
Heathrow
chat
ground
here, guys,
host,
but I
taxi
will...
via Whiskey and Tango, stand 401.
Royal Whiskey and Tango, stand 401. Kilo 1 Golf, thank you very much.
And okay, so sorry, request pigeon south.
455, stand 247, push start up face north.
Okay, make sure the taxiway is clear.
Bid 112 Unicom for the runway crossing, and then call me back after crossing.
Dead again, 418.
118 negative, speedbird 112 Unicom for the runway crossing.
Speedbird 1, switch to Unicom for the runway crossing, and then switch back to you once I've crossed the runway.
Stand 118, contact correction 12 Unicom, bye bye.
Unicom 118, goodbye.
One thing I've noticed is it sounds like sometimes like the windows are open.
Oscar Mike Alpha Alpha, dead link to Foxtrot departure school 5653 1H1013.
Alright, taxi lights.
Clear to Abu Dhabi filed, dead to Foxtrot departure, school 5653, QNH 1013.
Yeah, I mean, we're ready to go.
Etihad 42 Bravo.
We are basically ready to go here. So we just need to taxi to Pluto. You hear that? Doesn't it sound like the windows are open? Hopefully they're not. Alright, come on, where's our aircraft here? Alright. This is FSLTL.
Heathrow ground now closed. There's no further AC to Unicom, good day.
943.
Hey mate, have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, it really sounds like there's a window open, and I noticed that the other day.
Heathrow ground, hello, Scandinavian 810. Do you have DLC today?
Scanning 810, I do have DLC, but I've just logged off, so Monty Unicom, bye bye.
Unicom, thank you, bye-bye, Scandinavian 810.
Alright, never mind. So 1228. Alright. 1228. See, and now that the ATC is gone, it sounds
Speedbird
normal.
1, continuing taxi to 27 right via Alpha. clear of runway 27 left.
Heathrow traffic, 27 left, Airways 250, clear to land, 4 miles out.
Alright. Let's see.
Heathrow traffic, Helen 1 Yankee Tango, gate 410, pushback.
So ice, Pluto is all the way
Zero
down.
4 Alpha Kilo,
Basically, we're
runway
going all the
27
way down,
via...
which is not terribly surprising. It really sounds like the windows are open. Mr. Anderson, yeah, I don't know what it is. Met Whale, yes, the wipers do work. It's actually almost quieter outside than it is inside. Door falling off would cause a lot of noise.
Heathrow traffic, Speedbird 932, taxiing 27 right via Alpha.
Ah, you noticed that in other aircraft. Interesting.
Heathrow traffic, Seabird 4 Alpha Kilo, taxiing runway 27 right via Bravo.
Okay.
Heathrow traffic, Airways 250, fully vacated 27 left.
27 right, correct? Yes, 27 right.
Last caller, we can barely hear you.
Alright. Come on. Alright, there we go.
Heathrow traffic, Speedbird 1 lining up on runway 27 right.
Ah, okay, I see that. Yeah, it's almost like there's no windshield, actually. See that? That's the airplane in front of us.
Heathrow traffic, Seabird 4 Alpha Kilo, switching over to Alpha.
Yeah, what I try to do, Apple, is I always, with each airplane, I try and find a reference point on the nose that I use to keep it centered. It's like in this airplane, it's about right there. It's like they always say to keep it between your legs, but that never made any sense to me. It seems like about right there. Good. I was always taught, in my first flight lesson, I was always taught taxi on center line, don't be sloppy. Holding short.
Speedbird 1 Concord Heavy, taking off, runway 27 right. Caution, wake turbulence.
He told me to hold short Pluto, I'm gonna go all the way down here. Alright. Up the hold short line here.
Traffic, Seabird 793, back side of 277, 8 miles.
Heathrow traffic.
That's the other thing, is don't announce that you're departing and then sit there for 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Alright, lights on. When we turn off lights on, taxi light coming off, and strobe lights on. Alright, we are good to go. 6,000 is going to come up really quickly, so I gotta be ready for that. Alright. Heathrow traffic, Speedbird 640 heavy, lining up runway 27 right, Heathrow. Alright, we're good to go. 129.43 is ready. What I would like is to have my chart, my departure chart here. And it always does this. I don't know why it does that. Alright. So, there we go. We got 2 in tow here. Feels like a really high sitting position on this airplane. And if you goose...
Austrian taxiing to decelerate for Heathrow traffic onto Alpha.
And if you goose the engines on taxiing this thing, it will get moving really fast. Like really fast.
Heathrow traffic, Speedbird 793, short final 27 left.
Boy, I hope he just said 27 left.
Austrian 45 stop taking away for British Airways 80 between you Heathrow traffic onto Alpha. Thanks.
27 right, it is.
No problem.
Heathrow traffic, speedbird 640, departing runway 27 right, be left, crosswind departure to the south. Nobody knows what departure you're flying.
Heathrow traffic, speedbird 942, we're going to be lining up and waiting behind company 777.
Alright, here we go.
777 depart, but that's departure. Just the question, is that the PMDG?
Hey, firm, sir.
You got the speed release.
Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube right now, Island Sim Pilot. If you want to go check it out.
No
What's
way!
your YouTube? What's your YouTube?
Why are we self-promoting our mobile show?
Have a nice stream.
Autopilot is not. Autopilot is not running here.
I was just watching your stream as well, mate.
Why is autopilot?
Speedbird 1 Concord Heavy is currently on the Godspeed departure at 6,000.
I'm going to go autopilot early,
Yankee
just
Tango
because,
via Sierra 3, cross 27 left, and then continuing taxi to holding point 27
just
right
because
via Alpha.
autothrottle wasn't engaged.
Like Quebec,
Sure
Heathrow traffic, gate 507, push and start.
Alright.
And Speedbird 932, if you need spacing, we're going to be departing 27 right, Gatling 2 Foxtrot.
Alright, there's upspeed.
Sorry, one more question for the 777. What's your channel again? I forgot.
The channel is Island Sim Pilot.
Go, you DM that guy, you don't need to do that on frequency. What are you doing, man?
Heathrow traffic, Speedbird 793, vacated 27 left.
Alright, 6,000. So
Heathrow traffic, Calum 1 Yankee Tango 27 left vacated.
I think he was just getting pissed at me, which is alright, I understand.
Heathrow traffic, Speedbird 4 Golf Kilo, vacate, sorry.
Shouldn't be babbling on
Taxiing onto runway 27 right, via.
Alright, here we go. Let's see if we have... And it's still... So he's gone, so I can just keep climbing, please. Please. Alright. So, control is gone. Let me
Heathrow traffic, Speedbird 932, climbing through 1,000 feet, last call at Heathrow.
Why does it do this? It's annoying. Alright. So, now who do you want me to talk to? Alright, there's...
Heathrow traffic, Speedbird 4 Golf Kilo, taking off runway 27 right.
I got people texting me on...
Traffic, Speedbird 1 Concord Heavy, climbing to 350.
I've got to do flight level change here. Alright, so that was a little chaotic, but wasn't too bad. I think the one guy got a little upset that we were talking on unit time, which is fine. I mean, I totally understand that. 1013.
And Austrian 45 Papa lining up.
And we'll go, what do we give ourselves? Let's give ourselves 17,000. I'll give ourselves 15 for right now. Alright, so we are off. For those who are asking, the reason I got this is just because I have 9,000 YouTube followers, I suppose, is basically the reason. I reached out to Matisse at, and I actually am remiss in not having said this earlier. So, a big thank you to PMDG.
Traffic taking off runway 27 right.
To Matisse and PMDG and Robert as well. I reached out to them probably like, I don't know, 3-4 months ago, and because I would see Matisse watching my videos now and again. And there's 10,000 feet, so we'll go landing lights off. Those can come off for sure. Past the seatbelt signs can come off. And I reached out to Matisse and I said if there's anything, you know, we can ever collaborate on, which is kind of a ridiculous thing for me to say to PMDG. But I said if there's any way I can ever help you guys, please, you know, let me know. I'll be happy to. And a couple weeks ago,
Heathrow traffic, Seaver 4 Papa Kilo, took off runway 27 right, clearance, runway.
a couple weeks ago, Matisse reached out and said, are you interested in doing demos of the 777? And I said, when can I start? And so that's how it came about. So dumb luck on my part, I guess. You know what?
Heathrow traffic, Austrian 26 Alpha, gate 219, pushing back, facing north on taxiway Kilo.
Alright.
Heathrow traffic.
Not the smoothest departure in the history of the world, but we did pretty well.
Heathrow traffic,
yeah, that's what he said, right? And he's right. We shouldn't be battling on. He's right. We shouldn't be battling on Unicom. But I'm getting like 15 messages right now. So here we are climbing through 14. We're going up to what, 37?
Heathrow traffic, if you had told you Bravo, holding short Sierra 3, runway 27 left for runway crossing.
Go straight up to 370. Whoops. Alright, there we go. So now, hopefully, we can just keep a good eye out here. Scenery is looking gorgeous. Quick look over on Volantis, see if there's anything we need to be doing, and there is not. So this should be a beautiful flight. I mean, it's a beautiful day. We're going over the English Channel to France, and then down across France through Switzerland, and then down into Italy. So this should be a beautiful flight, going right over the top of Paris. And yeah, should be a good one. Yeah, MPS. You know, I was wondering because somebody said yesterday, don't press the button 3 times. And I was like, it'd be funny if they did some sort of trick with it. So let's see. Michael, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know, it's funny. Click on the pen. Yes, the pen does click. Doesn't do anything, but it clicks. And gotten like 4 requests on on Vatsim. So I put a note in my Vatsim flight plan that this was the PMDG 777. Did I want attention? Yeah, I'll be honest. So I forgot to start this. I mean, I kind of forget. PMDG options on the menu tab. Let's see if there's any customizations. There are. It's pretty much the same as the 7.3. You got the panel states. Sort of. So you got the. I created my own apron. You've got approach, apron, climb, cold and dark, GPU, cruise, final, hangar, runway, and taxi. All the aircraft options that you're used to. I'm sure there's some extra stuff in here. One of the things that I just realized I probably forgot. Okay, here's what I want to know. So this you can set all the. So I got 2,500, 1,000, 500, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, and then I also put the 5 call on, which is pretty cool. But it's got. Let's see. If there's anything. I haven't really looked through it too much. So I'll tell you what happened with. And then you can save, if you want to load from another airplane, that sort of stuff. All the stuff that you're used to from the 7.3. The thing that is a little different, and I'll show you, is now in the Universal Flight Tablet, all the ground stuff, like the chocks and the air conditioning, all that stuff, is all here. Which is really cool. It's a lot better than having to go through the menu, the FMC menu. But the other thing that's really cool is the automated ground ops thing. So what you can do, they've got different turn types, which is, can't do it right now because we're in the air, I'm fairly certain. But there's short, long, and custom. The short turn is 55 minutes, long turn is an hour and a half. And what it does is, if you set the short turn type, you get a countdown timer for 55 minutes. This right here, turn time 55 minutes, and then they'll give you a countdown timer here. And hey, Matisse, how are you? Good to see you. I didn't see. Yeah, I mean, the airplane's unbelievable. But so I messed up the turn time, the turn type thing yesterday. So what it does, you get a timer. And then all the equipment, all the the loading and offloading stuff, and the fuel truck and everything comes up to the airplane, and it does all of the turnaround stuff for like what a normal 777 turnaround would be, and it takes 55 minutes. And so you just kind of hang out and watch it do the turnaround stuff. It's really, really cool. That's actually my favorite feature, pretty much, of the favorite new thing. Matisse, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We're having a good flight so far. I'm getting a lot of requests on Vatsim asking if this is the 777 from PMDG. So, Xavier, you will not be disappointed. And another thing that people have asked a lot is on performance. Like, is it good on performance? For me, the 737 is very, very good on performance for me. This airplane's been even better, in my opinion. I have had no performance issues with this plane at all. I mean, this plane has been just rock solid, FPS wise. 146. It's been very easy to get used to. I mean, if I didn't feel comfortable in this plane, I've never flown a 777 until Thursday, and now I'm flying it out of London Heathrow on Vatsim, if that tells you how comfortable I am in the plane. So, yeah, it kills my skills. This is absolutely an awesome airplane. It really is. Bill, let me know if you didn't just hear the answer. So I said just a second ago that the performance between this and the 737. 737 performance is awesome. This airplane, the performance has been absolutely outstanding. FPS wise, it's smooth as can be. Really, really good. Belgian's aviation guy. Are the physics a bit good? So here's the thing about this plane. In the other like larger airplanes I've flown, the 737 in Microsoft Flight Simulator, the 737, the CRJ, the ATR, I've had to adjust the control sensitivities to get them to feel like I want it to feel. In this airplane, I haven't had to do that. So control sensitivities are spot on in this airplane. So that's been very, very good. Yeah, I mean I am using FrameGen, but that's I think everybody uses FrameGen nowadays. Seems like I've been having some issues with my stream the last couple days, but it looks like it just got smoothed out. So hopefully that will be good. Belgian's aviation guy, I have not flown the 777 for. I don't fly X-planes, so I wouldn't be able to answer that for you. But I can't imagine it's any better than this plane. Xavier, my PC specs are I have a 12,700K, 3080 Ti, and let's see, 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. And here we are coming up on 37,000. Alright, good. The connection seems to have smoothed out. Let's see. Oh, this will do. I don't know if it'll do. If you mean like the weather linked upload, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Probably, if I had to guess. If Matisse is still here, maybe he can mention that. FMC. Let's see, forecast data. Let me see. Nav data. Performance specifications. I don't know, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if it does that or not. El Bapino, bonsoir. Comment ça va? Va bien? Okay, I'm flying over France. I should probably mute. Alright, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the weather loading. Does performance start to decline? I don't know. I've only done like 2-3 hour flights. But I really want to do a long haul in this airplane. It would just be fun. Let's go over to this side here. Do that. I just noticed something new that we're gonna have to look at. Hold on. Let's see here. EFB. Let's go home. Let's open this up. Look what this is. Altitude profile. Look at that. How cool is this? So it looks like a little bit of a slower climb. How cool is that? So you can see this thing climbs like unbelievably. So then it must slow itself down a little bit and then steady out the climb. Look at that. How cool. I didn't notice that yesterday. Now that is pretty neat. That is pretty neat. So I'm sure there's like a zillion little things in this plane that I have not noticed that we will all learn about over time. French countryside is looking beautiful. Stop at LFBT. Yeah, Dan, I kind of agree. I'm gonna do the. I wouldn't want to do like a super long haul and then not enjoy. I mean, not sit through the whole thing. I kind of don't see the point. I mean, I understand why people do it, but that's the beauty of it, is you can use that if you want to, but you don't have to. Let's see. First class BA 777 last September. Yeah, that must have been really cool, Jane. I've flown first class in 737, A320, A319, A321, all those, but I haven't done long haul first class. I would love to. Jane, what route did you fly that? If I was in a 777 first class for like, even if it was 16 hours, I wouldn't sleep for 1 second. Let's see here. Marcus, takeoff rotation compared to the 787. It's this is not twitchy at all. It's smooth as can be. I was saying earlier, one of the cool things about this plane is it's the only plane. I think it's the only plane in the sim when I have not messed with the control sensitivities at all. They're just completely standard. So the control sensitivities are great. It feels really good. Let's see here. Alright, no step climb. Let's see, 1826. 1826, so we've got about, what, an hour and 15 minutes, give or take. Let's see. The frame gen artifacts on the engines are probably due to the frame gen mod, not to native frame gen. Look at how beautiful that is. Look at how beautiful that is. See, that's from the frame gen mod, I'm sure. Boy, this plane is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I think this is my new favorite plane in the world. I am running the frame gen mod, yes. Flying the 738, watching the stream, yeah, it's. I keep forgetting nobody else has this. I'm sorry that you don't, because wait until you get it, you're gonna be blown away. El Bapino, the only thing I'm running right now is frame gen. Sherman Scott, how you doing? Good to see you. And yeah, like Matisse said, it's the any sort of visual artifact is from the frame gen mod. It's not from PMDG. Let's see. Yeah, And let's see. Yep, exactly, Sherman. It is what it is, but it smooths it out beautifully. Let's see. Thank you for inputting all these new features. Okay. Hey, TVFD, what's going on? Lufthansa First Class 747-8. I've never flown in a 747, which is like a big regret. If I know they're not going to be, as passenger aircraft, you kind of have to think their days are somewhat numbered. And we're coming up relatively soon on Paris here. Swiss 747 will blow your mind. Yeah, I'm assuming you're correct about that. So one of the things I like here, do oopsie, I did that again. One of the things I really like doing oh, here we go, okay. Please tell me you didn't just freeze. Okay, thank you. So one of the things I really like doing is sitting in this is the reserve first officer seat. I really kind of get a kick out of sitting here. Let's see here. I love these shades, and look how realistic that looks. So these things are just kind of smudgy. You know what I mean? I love these. Where is it back here? Those I really like. Yeah, Jane, I know, right? I was surprised when I decided to do this route this morning. I was like, I hope the weather's gonna be okay. But yeah, it's a sunny, beautiful day in Europe today. Let's see. I actually have a family friend who's in Sweden right now. But it's like it's unbelievable how big the cockpit of this airplane is. It's just massive. Kind of a fun place to just sit here and chill out. Let's see here. I sat in the upper deck right behind the cockpit in the 748. You can sit in the pilot seat.
Early traffic.
Yeah.
Top Swiss 62 X-ray Golf. Pushing back. Stand 10 on Whiskey 2 facing west.
That might be Paris. That is Paris. Yeah. Welcome to Paris, everybody. I've been here, but I don't really know my way around. There's an aeroport. How cool is this? Is that? I think that right there is whatchamacallit, Eiffel Tower. Which, by the way, is really, really tall. You can go to the very top of the Eiffel Tower. If you don't like heights, don't do it. But let's see, is that? I don't know if that's Charles de Gaulle or if that's the other one. Let me see here. That is not Charles de Gaulle. Paris Orly. Where's Charles de Gaulle? Ah, Charles de Gaulle is off our left wing out here. Way out here. Huh. Pretty cool. That airport right there is... I think that's an Air Force base, it looks like. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Liberal gay. Okay. Like I said, I don't know my way around Paris very well. Jane C, we had at my local airport, which used to be a B-52 bomber base, we had a company that did refurbs for 747s, and on weekends they would just sit in the hangar, and so we used to go, because I have a security pass, because I have a plane at the airport, we used to go and just climb up into the cockpit of the 747 and sit there, and we wouldn't touch anything, but we'd just sit there and look around. The 747 cockpit is 4 stories off the ground. It is really, really high off the ground for an airplane. I mean, it's a really huge airplane. The hangar they had him in was massive, but they couldn't even get the airplane in. They couldn't even get the tail in the hangar because the plane is so big. No rain. No. So I think what other fun things we can, let's see, we've only got, it says we're about an hour out, so we're probably 40 minutes from top of descent right now. Wait till you guys see the descent. The descent is really cool. Very, very smooth. Let's see. Oh, jump seat in the 747 to Anchorage. That's unbelievable, the distances these things cover. RR7, I don't know. I really don't run much of anything. I run as little as possible to get the performance that I want, and I am perfectly happy with my performance, so not a whole lot going on. Love the countryside. I love this is one of my favorite views. Just all these little patches of land. So cool. It's such a beautiful airplane. I love the no winglets. I just love the smooth flow out to the wingtip. It's just awesome. Absolutely amazing. Let's see here. Should we start thinking about Faraz? I am not using lossless scaling right now. When I stream, I really don't use anything because I don't want anything to go wrong. So let me have a look here. This is an awesome feature. Absolutely love. And it's all the waypoints down here. As you can see. So we're going to start down at about SRN, which is right here. Just so cool. Just so cool. So let's have a look here. And we'll get weather once we get closer, but 200, 14 knots, cab okay. 2812, QNH 1007. So we should be good to go. Jetato, I personally don't know any. I've never flown on a 777, but from what I read, all the people that are upset about the sounds are people that have not flown on a 777, and the people that have flown on a 777 say the sounds are correct. So that's all I know. But I will leave that one to you guys. Let's see here. Let's get. Let's get our approach charts out here. No. Alright, arrival. What arrival are we flying? We are flying we're flying the RIPD 4M arrival. That RIPD 4M arrival right there. And the ILS Zulu runway 12, I do believe. ILS Zulu runway 12. We'll get that one. The other thing, kind of cool thing about the 777 versus the 737, you don't have to dial in the frequencies. You don't have to dial in the headings, all that stuff. It's all done for you, which is pretty cool. All right, airport chart. Let's see here. I see parking stands. This is going to be an important one. Probably going to be 103, I'd have to imagine. Probably don't get a lot of 777s at this airport. Alright, but let's see here. Parking stands, we'll take that one. Let's look at the airport briefing. Ah, here we go. That's probably the one. That is the one we're looking for. So, runway 12, 10,000 feet, give or take. My guess is we'll probably be off on Golf, if I had to guess. So Golf and then come around. Park here, that looked like the biggest spot. Where are we? Alright. That's the pinned airport. I would venture to guess. Well, maybe actually, you know what? Because I don't think maneuvering over here is gonna be a really good idea. So getting off on Golf and then here and probably take one of these spots. I was like getting a good look at my parking spots early, so I don't. So I know ahead of time. Spongy, we get the plane early to show it to you guys. So that's the plane. London Heathrow to JFK. This is her husband Bill. Well, tell Jane we say hello, and hello to you as well, Bill. I had a friend of mine whose father back in the day used to fly the Concorde all the time, back and forth between London and New York. Another thing I never got a chance to do, which was really cool. Dan, yeah, I mean, you can feel the weight of the airplane. I said early on in the stream that this is the only plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator where I have not adjusted the flight controls at all. Like the flight control sensitivities, haven't touched them because they don't need to be changed. And there's a part on that when you buy the plane. There's a section talking about that in the documentation. You'll see. Let's see. Is it also in the tablet in the 737? There's a lot of stuff in the tablet of this airplane that is not in the 737. For example, I don't know why all of a sudden my thing moved. So we've got this vertical, which I mean I've never seen it in the 737 FMC. So I get or FMC the tablet. So I'm sure this is going to be backported. So this is new. The other thing that's new is you can control all the ground ops via the FMC, which I think is really, really cool. So you get, your chocks and the ground power unit air conditioning, which air conditioning I use a lot because I fly in the Caribbean a lot. All your ground service vehicles, all your doors, and the arm and disarm. I had to look into that because I didn't know what that was. So when you close the doors and arm the doors, what that means is the charge that shoots out the chute, if it needs to be deployed, is armed. That's what they mean when they say it's armed. So these are all armed and ready to deploy the chute if need be. And then the ground ops is the really cool thing. I'm going to talk about this 40 times, but I don't know if everybody's already aware of it or not, but I think the ground ops thing is really cool, so that you can do either a what's called a short turnaround, which is 55 minutes, or a long turnaround, which is an hour and a half. And what happens is when you park, and the whole turnaround process will start. You get a timer here showing you how long the turnaround is going to take. This tells you how much time you've got left, and then you get all these different items in this in progress list, like aft cargo, fore cargo, potable water, lab service, all this stuff, and it gives you a percentage progress of how far along it is in completing that particular task, which to me is like the coolest thing in the world. So I have not seen the Concorde room at JFK. Bill, I would love to see that. And actually, LaGuardia, they did some cool stuff too at LaGuardia with the TWA terminal and the hotel and all that stuff. Yeah, Jane C., I totally agree. And one of the ones that I want to do, I go to Germany somewhat regularly, and I need to do the Lufthansa will fly them, I think, from Philly. I think they fly them to Frankfurt. I need to get on that because you're right. There's going to come a day where they're not going to be doing it anymore, and that is going to be unfortunate. Let's see. Let's see here. Delaying flight controls. Yes. Davy Joy, I did use the Annie builds London Heathrow, and it looked awesome. I've only used it like twice. I always wonder like what the people in these little towns are doing right now. Like what are their worries? What are they doing on a Saturday morning? Or Saturday afternoon for that matter. TVFD. Yeah, Jamie, I never used GSX, so I can't comment one way or the other. I mean, it's cool, I guess, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I'm kind of more focused on what I'm doing than really worried about pretend people getting on my plane, but to each their own. It just seems like one more thing you have to, I don't know if it's integrated well enough that you don't have to start it up when you start your flight, like, things like that. I go for relative simplicity when I fly. And yes, the window is open. We'll open them when we get to Bologna. I don't think I've ever flown to Bologna before. I have so many airports that I've never flown to. Like so many sceneries that I've never flown to. They were on sale and I bought them for like $8. And this is one of them. So, how many man hours did it take? That would be an interesting answer. Wow, you did TVFD, you did Concorde, JFK to London Heathrow. No way. You got to sit in the jump seat? That is crazy. There's something they won't let you do today. You know? Have a look. See what's going on here. Electrics are all looking good. Hydraulics all looking good. Fuel is balanced and good. I love that visual. This is so much fun, like looking through all this stuff. Doors are closed, thank God. Gears up, that's a good thing. Stab trim, motor trim. There's not much wind, so. Alright, let's see. Descent checklist. Oh, you know what? Actually, now that we're here, let me show you guys something really cool. So, non-normal checklists. Let me look real quick here. Oh yeah, another question. Auto step climb. I don't think it is auto step climb. I think you have to do. I mean, you can. I guess there's a PMDG feature that's auto step climb, but I use manual step climb. I just step it myself. If I had one the other day, and I used. I just manually step climbed it. So if you had a step climb, here on the progress page, it would tell you that you have a step climb to whatever altitude. Or no, it would be on VNAV. It would be on VNAV. I'm trying to remember where it was. It's either on the I think it's on the progress page. It is on the progress page. So you'd have a instead of 2 top of descent, it would tell you 2 step climb and what altitude, and then I just dial it in myself. Just dial in the altitude myself here, and then when I get to the spot where the step climb is, I'll just hit flight level change. But let me show you something really cool, which is, so the non-normal checklist, they've got all the checklists, but one of the cool ones, somebody asked me about this yesterday, unenunciated checklists. So this is the checklist for volcanic ash. Okay, so if you guys just saw, they have the auto step. PMDG has the auto step, which is even included in the time compression, which is really pretty amazing. But this is the volcanic ash checklist, and a condition: volcanic ash is suspected when one or the more of the following occur: static discharge around the windshield. That would be kind of scary, flying at like 39,000 feet at night and getting static discharge around the window. That would be kind of freaky. Bright glow in the engine inlets, that would be freaky. Smoke or dust on the flight deck, that would be freaky. Acrid odor, that would be freaky. These would all be bad things. Objective: to exit the ash cloud and restart the engines if needed. So, but anyway, it goes through the entire checklist. Both, let's see. If condition allows, run the engines at idle. Jeez. But anyway, I thought that was one of the cooler things that we found there in the checklist. So I need to start thinking about the descent. Let me just start thinking about the descent here. Let's see. Charles de Gaulle is the most time you've ever spent taxiing. I believe that one. Yeah, Bill, that's amazing. So I live in the booming metropolis of Little Falls, New York, which is about 20 minutes from Utica. I'm sure you know where Little Falls is if you live in Utica. That's amazing. Small world. Let's see. I see Jamie about the ground services. Let's see. Model matching. I'm on Vatsim, so that it's all the traffic is Vatsim traffic, but the model matching is FSLTL, which works really, really well. How high the sun is still in the sky at this time of the day. It's starting to get over the mountains here, it looks like. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, we're just crossing into, just coming up on, we'll cross a little tiny bit of Germany, and then we'll get down into Switzerland, so this is going to be the Alps. I don't know what I love about the overhead so much, but I really do. Such a cool view. So, still flying to an ash cloud. Yeah. I think the engine sounds are great. I don't know. I've never been in a 777, so I know some people have complained about it, but people complain about everything, you know. To me, I would fully expect this to be a quiet flight deck. I mean, this airplane is massive, and you're this far forward of the engines. I wouldn't expect to hear a lot of noise, and you know, modern engines like this are not that noisy. They're not supposed to be, you know. So I mean, I guess I really can't. I mean, to me, they sound great. I don't know. I don't know. People complain about everything. Buckman, what's going on? Holland Bananas in St. Lucia. That's awesome. I hope the flight is going well. So, what I need to do... What I need to do is to start thinking about the descent here, because one thing that I want is I want to get myself slowed down a little earlier than I did yesterday, because yeah, it's from Frame Gen, Xavier. Ada, I don't know the answer to that question. There's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of possibilities. Where is my aeroplane? There we go. Alright, so I think we start the descent at right there. So let's have a look here. Navigraph made a big announcement yesterday in at the whatchamacallit, but I don't know what their announcement was. Alright, so here's the arrival. Let's take a look here. So Ripdew. There's Ripdew, Abtim. Let's see what our expected altitudes are. Let's go back here. MDUD, that's where we're going to be picking up the approach. So MDUD. MDUD at 2500. What I'm looking for is, here we go. See, I think what I want to do is make these hard altitudes, and that's going to make me happy. So Ripdew at 10,000. Where's Ripdu? Ripdu at 10,000. Abtim at 6 or above. See, it's gonna be. It's only 6 miles, so if I'm at 10,000 at Ripdu, I'm not going to be at 6,000 at Abtim. So I think what I want to do is make these hard altitudes and force the plane to comply. And then that should recalculate everything. Yeah, see, now we're at 7,600. So we're gonna be 3,000 feet lower at Ripdu, and that's gonna help me. That's gonna help me slow down. So good. So that's gonna help me slow down. Let's see. How about the ground handling? Ground handling is good. I mean, I haven't had any issues with it. This is only my 3rd flight, so. But I probably need to tune out a little bit of the rudder movement, just because it's just to get it a little. The rudder movement is a little, but I have 15-year-old rudder pedals, so who knows. Let's see, what do we have here? Let's go fuel. Got 30.9. I'm going to be landing with 23.5, so that's what, 7.4. Here we go. It's time for math. Approach, what did I say, 7.4? So 66.1. 65.7, 465.7. So I'm gonna go flaps. We'll go flaps 30. We'll go flaps 30. We'll check. I'm gonna check the V. I'm gonna write down that speed right now, and then later we can take a look at it and see how close it is. So we're just gonna come in here, take a little left, 6 mile T, then the approach, MDUD. So here's the approach, and there's MDUD. MDUD is 14 miles. Perfect. So it's gonna be a nice long straight in final, which I like in an airplane that I haven't flown much. Let's see here. I'm at a 777, but the sound seemed correct to me. Everybody that I've heard talk about the sounds that has actually been on a 777 say the sounds sound good. So my guess is that the sounds are just fine. And I know that they went around and like recorded the sounds. I think they went. Matter of fact, I don't think. I know they went and recorded the sounds in the cockpit. Like for example, when the APU is running. So the sound that we get in this plane is the sound you're going to hear when the APU is running in the actual airplane. And I mean the APU is a mile and a half away from you. You know, when you're in the real airplane, you're here, and the APU is here. So I mean, the idea that you're going to hear it really loudly is kind of funny. Alright, let's go. Let's just turn that off. Oopsie, let's go down here. Alright, so it is 1089, final approach course 113, glide slope intercept is D3.8. Iblin right here. Really? That's kind of interesting. There's no real glide slope intercept. Usually there would be a Maltese, we call a Maltese cross here. which would indicate where you would intercept 1335. I wonder why there's no. I wonder why there's no hard, specific glide slope intercept here. You would think there would be one on a precision approach, but let's look once again. A Dolo 2500 hard. Okay, 170 perfect. Let's see. A Dolo MDUD. I want this lower. I want. Let's see here. 207, 187, I think would be pretty good. MDUD, I think 187 and 25 hard is what I want. One thing about, I mean, I fly Piper Cherokees in real life. Let's not be too dramatic about this, but the one thing that I've found that I want in these planes is I don't just watch it do what it does and assume everything is going to work out fine. Like, the one thing that I know I don't want is to arrive at a Dolo slowing down from 210 knots and trying to do that over 3 nautical miles. Like, that's, you're not going to slow down that much. And I know, like, somebody like Emi who flies, you know, A330s in real life, he can do that, and he's confident he can chuck out the flaps in the gear and slow it down. I'm not. So I like to plan ahead of time as much as I can. And this, I love having the auto selection on the banks there. So let's go here. What was I gonna do? It's an excellent question. Ah, that's what I was gonna do. So let's put out our fixes. I would like a 25-mile range ring. I would like a 15-mile range ring. And what these range rings do, I'll show you here in a second. If I'm telling you guys things you already know, forgive me. But what these range rings do is they give you an indication on your on the MFD here of where. See these little range rings right there, those little green rings. So that first one is 25 miles from the runway threshold. And so when I cross that, I know I'm 25 miles out. And then the next one is 15, next one is 10. And I just use those to help me get, yeah, exactly, Delar2. It's a slippery plane. So anyway, I just like to know, like at 25 miles, 15 miles, etc., specifically where I am and what my altitude is, and etc. So I don't have any surprises. Top of descent in 73 miles. So let's get thinking about that. So 2,500. Seems like a reasonable place to start. And we just went over Zurich. I don't know if we would have seen it anyway, probably not. Alright, let's go 2,500, set that. And then with the hard altitudes I set, the airplane should calculate everything and put me where I want to be at the speed and altitude that I want, which is great. Alright, let's see here real quick. It's upset at me because I didn't clear the checklist. Alright, so that should be good. Alright, now that should leave me alone. So, ladies and gentlemen, your captain is going to take a 5-minute break. I'll be right back, and then I'll be ready for the top of descent and approach here. Top of descent. What are we looking at? What's 37 times 3 is 111. What are you upset about? Leave me alone. I'm going to put in a 111 ring. So that, yeah, so that's good. So this is kind of the predicted top of descent. If you take, you're at 37,000 feet. If you knock the last 3 numbers off, 37 times 3 is 111. That's about where your top of descent should start. You can see 111 right there. I'm starting a little outside of that, which makes me feel good because my assumption is it's going to start a little early given the fact that I've set it up to be at a specific altitude a little bit earlier than the plane wanted to. So anyway, I will let you guys enjoy the Alps here for a second. And I will be right back. 2 minutes. Alright, we're back. Make sure everything's working properly, and it is. So we're good. I mean, we're pretty much set up. And now, in 78 miles, we get to pretty much watch the 777 do what the 777 does. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot for me to do on the way down. And that's hopefully the idea. So... Alright, let's see here. Nav radios. So that's the SRN is actually the top of descent, which is a VOR. See that right there. See 113.7 VOR DME. Unbelievable that we have this depth of information in the sim. I mean, you can on a lot of VOR stations, you can use them for radio comms if you need to. But so, whoopsie. Starting to get that beautiful. I love the nighttime or the dusk in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's gorgeous. Look at that. Speaking of gorgeous, look at this. Is that George's house? Is that Lake Como? Maybe Lake Como. I wonder if George's home. Oh, this is Lake Maggiore. Lake Como is right over here. Where is Lake Como? Lake Como is like 2 lakes over. Probably this one, that one. It's funny, every time I fly to Italy, I fly over Lake Maggiore. Pretty cool. This looks so beautiful. Looks so beautiful. So we are 11 miles from top of the sun. Now this is going to be fun. It's going to be fun watching it do what it does. I don't know whether you guys want to see the chart up or not. Try to do a better job at landing this time. My landing yesterday was a little marginal. Alright, let's see here. Let's get some weather. See if we've got. See if we've got the weather yet. 12 minutes ago. How long until we're on the ground? 1827. So yeah, that's the weather we're gonna need. So weather is 20012. Yeah, I can bring this up and show you guys. Weather is. Come on. Alright, winds are 20012, weather is cab okay, temperature 262.12, and what that tells you, if there's a big spread like that, that means that there's probably not going to be anything like fog or clouds or anything. If the difference between these two numbers is 5 or less, then you should be skeptical of good weather, because you're probably going to get some low-level clouds of some sort, or what the FAA refers to as obstructions to visibility. QNH 1007, which is a little bit low, that's okay. I like reading just your straight METAR instead of looking at this stuff. Alright, let's brief the approach real quick. ILS Zulu, runway 12, and we're descending already, so. Come on, ILS Zulu, runway 12, let's go. Alright, so 1089 is the localizer. Final approach course is 113. Glide slope intercept is 3.8. Iblin at 1335. Decision height. Decision is we're going to be a. Let's see. Alpha 0 to 90, 91 to 120 is Bravo, 121 to 140 is Charlie. I would imagine we're gonna be a Delta aircraft on the way in. Even if your approach speed puts you within the Charlie approach category, which is 121 to 140, if you're flying it at say 142, you should use the next higher minimum. So we'll do that. 338. There's 338. Do-do-do-do. There we are. Alright. Airport elevation is 123. Minimum safe altitude is VOA VOR 25 nautical miles. That's right here. We'll be coming in from here, so that's 4,000 feet. 7,500 feet in this sector. Okay, missed approach, climbing runway heading at 500, but not before D1.0 BOA 1.5 Iblin. After threshold, runway 12, turn left. Sounds like a good idea. Max 200 knots. Intercept the radial 045 until D14 BOA. So basically, climb straight ahead. Left climbing turn to intercept the outbound 045 radial. This is a non-standard holding pattern. Left-hand turns. Noah, I don't. I don't. The lossless scaling guys have a Discord. If you want to check with them, if I knew the answer, I would tell you. So we'll do the outbound 045, and it's like I said, a non-standard holding pattern. So it'd actually be a direct entry, right in 045, and then just a standard rate left-hand turn. Good to go. I like these altitudes and distances and altitudes. It gives you a good reference point on the way in. It's kind of high, a little bit high. 440 at 1 mile. Oh, because you're flying the localizer approach at that point. So this is glide slope out. Yeah, makes sense. On a precision approach, you're talking about basically 300 feet per nautical mile. So at 1 mile, you would expect to be around 300 feet. So let's see, ground speed 140, so 725 feet a minute, somewhere like that. Alright, so this is fun stuff. This is... Hey, Apple Sheep, what's going on? I'm giving everybody my boring review of the approach. So the lighting, the runway lighting, we've got the high-intensity approach light system, which is the rabbit coming in. We have runway end identifier lights, which are the lights that go along the threshold, the end of the threshold of the runway. And we've got a PAPI on the left-hand side of the runway, which is a precision approach path indicator. That's the four lights, 2 red, 2 white is what we're looking for, unless there's a note right here. DME is required. Transition level by ATC. I hate that. I don't understand why they just can't give us a straight transition level, so we know ahead of time. Go with 6,000. Some users reported false localizer captures. Pilot attention is drawn to pay maximum caution. Okay. Sounds good. We'll do that. Glide slope angle is 3 degrees, which is normal. So missed approach point is, this is on the localizer only, would be D1.0. So 1 mile off the threshold. See that M right there? That's the missed approach point if you're on the localizer approach. So good. And one last look at the airport. So I'll probably be getting off Gulf, I would imagine. Unless I land 1.5 miles long again like I did yesterday. And we'll just come over here and park right here. So we're good to go. We are good to go. Meanwhile, it's probably telling me we need drag and I should shut up. Alright. Yeah, I like the Prague 2 page because it gives you the tailwind and the crosswind, which is good. Oopsie, I want to look at this right here, which is tremendously cool. Alright. I always think this is mouse scrollable and it's not. 4 time. Alright. Swoop. So I should start paying attention now, probably. Let's go here. Alright, let's pull that up. No. Thank you. Alright, so what I want is this right here. Alright, here we are. Italy. Brother has been delayed in Miami for the past 2.5 hours. He's heading down to PTY. I like that. I love that approach into Panama City's got some pretty cool approaches. Some really wild RNAV approaches. And I don't really know why. There's not a lot of obstacles down there, but they've got some pretty interesting RNAV approaches. PTY. I know that because my wife's son lives down there. Cool place to fly into. Alright, let's make sure we don't have any ATC. So this time I'm really going to have to actually do a decent job landing the airplane, because I have no excuses. So I can post my pictures to Volanta today, because the last I did my first flight on Thursday and I forgot. I'm not supposed to post pictures, and I didn't forget, but I almost forgot and posted screenshots of Volanta, which would not have been good. Meatball, what's going on? We are trying our best not to make fools of ourselves. That's what's going on. Radio 1089, both sides. That's what we like to see. All right, legs page. All right, so I have no excuse for a poor landing. Gosh, I can't get over what we've been given. You remember, like, the prepared days. So let's go checklist here. Descent checklist, recall. Good. Come up on what, 12,700. Alright. Check the notes, auto brake. I'm glad I ran this checklist because I almost forgot that yesterday. Alright, landing date is all set. Approach briefing is complete. Approach altimeters. I'm so glad I read the checklist. Probably why they created checklists, right? Alright, 1007. So that's good. Alright, speed brake, landing gear. Landing gear down is an excellent choice on landing. Excellent choice. Now, what city is this? Parma. Absolutely gorgeous. That's what blows my mind. Like, you can sit. Yeah, slow earlier, Ryan. I totally agree. So I did a bunch of custom hard altitudes and speeds in the FMC so it would so we would be a little slower than they wanted us to be, than the system was going to have us be. Alright, we'll use it all on. Let's go land, seatbelts on. Oh, European Football Championships. Who's playing today? I haven't really been paying too much attention, but so I think the airport is pretty much right there. All right, I'm gonna flip over so I have the chart open on my iPad. Which is going to mean that I need to open my phone so I can read the chat. Okay. Alright, cool. I just want to have the chart open on my iPad so that I don't have to wonder. Alright, let's pin that baby. Okay. Alright, so we're coming up, well, looks like we're about coming up at 35 miles. Italy is such a gorgeous country, it really is. Alright. Yeah, start telling us. Quiet down. Drag required. Lots of drag required. Alright. Yeah, see, I kind of figured it didn't want. We're 350 feet high right now. It's coming down though. That's the thing, is going down and slowing down at the same time can be problematic. I want it to be we should be alright. So I set a hard altitude for ABTIM at 6,000. Alright. Don't you get all excited. Once the plane levels off, it does a decent job of slowing down, but why are you at 7,000 when I hard-coded 6,000? We're higher than I want to be, and we're faster than I want to be, which neither of those two things makes me happy. Bologna traffic, Speedbird 640 is 25 miles to the northwest inbound runway 12, Bologna. I think what I needed to do is make these all hard altitudes instead of at or above. So, when the airplane is not doing what you want it to do, is time to oh, it's gonna okay. Localizer glide slope back. So that localizer and glide slope are now alive. So what it's doing is it's gonna capture the glide slope way out, which is fine. I'm happy with that. Just gotta keep an eye on it, make sure you know what it's doing. So we're still about 20 miles, but stop. I want to start slowing down. Localizers captured. Bologna traffic, Speedbird 640 turning a 20 mile final runway 12, Bologna. We're above the glide slope, which I don't like. We are way above the glide slope. Start descending. How about now? I don't understand why it's not doing at all what I wanted it to do. MDUT is so we're about 13 miles right now. This is in all likelihood my fault, but this is why you pay attention. I'm gonna go gear down flaps 15 right now. To help slow myself down. Bologna traffic, Speedbird 640, 10 mile final runway 12, Bologna. We'll go 142. We'll go flaps full. Once the flaps are down full, I'll release the speed brake here. We're catching up. I know I armed the approach, but here we go. Here we go. Okay. Yes. I know. Right, everything's off. Airplane is mine. See, and it just, it feels so good. It really does. But that's the thing, is you gotta be thinking ahead. We got a nasty tailwind right now too. You gotta be thinking ahead, and you've gotta be ready to, if the plane's not doing what you want it to do, and granted, I clearly don't understand the autopilot modes, or exactly what it was doing, but 150 high. You got to be willing to just to kick off the autopilot and fly the airplane. You know, not the end of the world to do that. Bologna traffic, Speedbird 640, short final runway 12, Bologna.
1,000.
And the I tell you what, it feels awesome. It just feels awesome. We got 2 white, 2 red. Little, I mean, it's a little windy here, for sure. Speed is all right. It's a little bit high, but I don't want to bring too much power out right now. It's getting a little high, and I know that. Come on. It was starting to flatten out on me right there.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
I know.
Glide slow.
I know.
Glide slow. Glide slow. 100.
It's alright.
Glide slow. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Not the worst I've ever done. Not the best I've ever done, but given the circumstances, I'm not too displeased with that. Really not. All things considered, I'm not terribly disappointed with that, and I'll tell you why as we get over here. Golf, which is what we wanted. Let's get the APU going. So the reason I wasn't really too disappointed in that is because if I had not planned ahead and if I had not thought ahead, we would be landing somewhere in Croatia right now. I mean, if I had just left, and again, it's probably my, I guarantee you it's my issue and not the airplanes, but if I had not been paying attention, gotten myself set up ahead of time, and had an understanding early on that what I was hoping would happen was not happening, I would have had absolutely no chance at landing this plane. So I'm relatively happy. I'm actually quite happy because it was you know, I was ahead of the airplane, and we did all right. Let's take this spot here. Now is the most important part of any flight. Parking. gotta do a better job than I did yesterday. And I have a feeling that I have not done a better job than I did yesterday. I have a feeling I just embarrassed myself again. I'll get back to the chat here in just a second, guys. Alright, let's go. Cut the engines. Let's go over here. Ground ops. Let's go automated ground ops, and we'll go turn type long. Well, let's do. Yeah, we're good. What was my fuel? Let's put a fuel value in here. It probably needs chocks. Set chocks. 51,537. No. Oh, there we go. We'll do a short term. 51,537. Okay. Oh, you left your flat. Look at what on earth did you do? What on earth did you do? Kashif, what's going on? How did I manage to get over here? Let's turn the strobes off, taxi lights off. Gosh. Beacon off. Go, let's see. Why is... I set the chocks. Did I not? I want to see. Let's get air conditioning and ground power. Come on, we really want air conditioning. I love air conditioning. Alright, so let's watch it do its thing here. So we've got ground power, and now it's going to go and this is pathetic. All right, let me get back to the chat. Dashboard shake is setting in MFS. So that's probably because I had the speed brakes out at 2,000 feet, which you're not really supposed to do. At least I don't think in the see. And we're starting. So what it's going to do? It's going to start doing the turnaround process. So I haven't done anything except for hit that start turnaround button. And now it's gonna do. It's getting the cargo stuff ready. Do I? Oh, I didn't arm the speed brakes well. See, this is one thing about not being a jet pilot is there's things you forget. Yeah, flashbacks of yesterday's parking. I think this job was better, except for I'm straight. I just only missed by about 15 feet. You know, whatever. I could have been a contender if I had just pulled over here. How did I manage to do that? It's pathetic. Mr. Anderson, that was so it was the speed brake that was doing that. Jamie, before you end the scene, I don't want to have I'll check it, Jamie. I apologize. I'm behind on Discord messages. I will definitely check that. Let's see, Kashif, what's going on, buddy? Let's see, moved to Syracuse and then Charlotte in 2005. Out of the country for quite a bit, came back, fly around, difficult to catch up. Now wait for 2024. Yeah, you can do that. I think 2020 is awesome right now, but I can understand the idea. So that engine noise when taking off has nothing to do with the 777. The sounds are much better in the P3D. I mean, you know, everybody has their opinion on that. I think the engine, you know, it's everybody's opinion, whatever they think. I have no issue with the engine sounds at all. But you can see, so now they've got starting to connect things. They're starting to connect the equipment to unload the cargo. They're wondering why the pilot parked the way he did. Yeah, it's Italy. They're probably on strike. I shouldn't have said. I probably shouldn't have said that, but see, so here is the turnaround progress. So 6%. So we've got 8.5 minutes left for fueling and 51 minutes until we're ready to go. So they're getting the cargo, the forward cargo, bulk cargo, air conditioning unit. So again, this to me is like the coolest thing. They probably can't pull up with the things, the stairs, because I parked so poorly. Apple sheep, it happens. I've done it before. But that's the thing. If you're paying attention to those types of things, you'll notice. Like when I fly the Islander, sometimes I'll forget to put the flaps up after takeoff because I normally I don't fly planes that have takeoff flaps. Namely my Cherokee or my Cessna 152. But sometimes I'll be like, why am I getting 115 knots in cruise? Oh yeah, because I don't have my my flaps up. Let me see, where are we? Just like the Islander, exactly. A51, what's going on? Good to see you. Let me see. Yes, Jamie. So this is one of the things I was talking about before, which I think is so cool. This is all PMDG stuff. All of this ground equipment. You can see now. You can see the fuel truck. These are probably luggage carriers, I would have to guess. AC, ground power. So all this stuff is from. I can do this. Why didn't I do that before? All this stuff is from PMDG, and it's all part of the ground turnaround system. So right now we're on a turnaround. So we got 49 minutes, and if we were so inclined, if we wanted to if we wanted to do the return leg, we just sit here, let the whole process take place, and then do the start procedure, and we turn around, we're good to go. I mean, it's really cool. Yeah, Spongy, where are these people? What are they doing? Faraz, I am not using the map enhancement mod. I am not. But man, it's just, and I love the dusk sunset lighting in the sim. I think it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Why did I think I needed to be? I think it's that stop 1, stop 2, those lines there that I thought I needed to hit. But I mean, that's just pathetic. That is pathetic as far as parking goes. So there we go, guys. There's another PMDG 777 flight. We'll get there. We'll get there. It's you know, the learning curve I think is going to be slower or less than it was with the 737 for me. But I tell you what, the way the airplane hand flew, I mean, I kicked that autopilot off at, I don't know, 7 miles, 8 miles, and I normally don't like doing that in jets because I get nervous. I really do about my own ability to get the thing on the ground. I did exceed the stable approach criteria in short, which is not good. It's because I had too much power out. But the airplane hand flies so nicely, so nicely. Apple Sheep, I think I mean, depending on what I don't have GSX, so I don't know what it might be missing. But to me, this turnaround mode is like the coolest thing in the world because I could easily just like go right now, get a sandwich, and let this do its thing, and then like a pilot would, and then go, come back in 20 minutes, start loading up the FMC, and when they button up the plane, off we go. I think it's awesome. I think it's absolutely awesome. I really do. Whoever came up with this idea, it's genius. And I just think it's a great it's option. It's so funny. It's because it's dusk here. I'm thinking like it's late where I am. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, I'm a little slow sometimes. But yeah, I mean, I'm actually proud of myself on that approach and landing because if I hadn't planned ahead, that would not have been a success. Look at the brakes and wheels is okay. Looks so nice. Yeah, I mean, let me see here. Let's see here. Oh wait. Gear. Something I noticed is it says gear door closed. I don't think they're closed, right? They'll be open. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's get in the joystick here. Oh, I just managed to turn the volume off before I sneezed. Alright, let's see here. Let's get a look here at the old aeroplane. That's not good. I mean, look how cool this is. I mean, look at this. Oopsie, let's go. No. Oh, come on. Sorry, my joystick is a little touchy. Servicing chart, man landing gear. Look at this. I mean, how amazing is that? How many people do you think would ever have noticed whether that was there or not? Huh. That's amazing. That is truly amazing. Sorry for my poor this is one thing I like, is this as you can see. Oh, TVFD, you are correct. You are correct. Doesn't sound like you. How far do I have to go? Clearly further than I did. Didn't didn't have the center line of the gate before you got to the end. Okay. All right. See, and that's the cool thing is like figuring out those little details. Look at this. The seat back things are on, but I love this detail of like the weeping kind of whatever that is below the windows. The Royal Mail thing. That's awesome. Let's go over here. Look at this. It's the movement is from whatchamacallit. It's from FS Realistic Pro. It's like the only downside of a FS Realistic Pro is it the airplane moves when you're sitting on the ground. But I wanted to look outside. Let's look outside. Let's go on the other side here. Look at this. Absolutely cool. Let's see what other details they left for us that nobody else is going to find. That looks pretty good to me. I know a lot of people were wondering what this looked like. That looks pretty cool. I mean, look at this. Let's see. Yeah, Barry, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah, so it's funny, Jamie. Was people? Some people like things like that, and some people are like, well, that hurts my performance, you know. I don't disagree. I think it'd be a neat thing. Let's see here. E-tops. No, it doesn't say E-tops. It's one of my favorite. Look at that. I mean, it looks great. Oh, we can see where the landing gear is. Yeah, that'll help you when you're parking. Yep, that looks like a chalk, alright. Chalks are usually really dirty. Oh, what have we here? Warning. High powered outflow valve. Keep out when power is on. Alright. Now let's go here. What do we got here? We've got, oopsie, electronics equipment access, support door at center when operating, open, close. Seeing this just arrived, so this is obvious. Oh, we got the front catering going. Whoopsie, that's not what I meant to do. I still don't know how to use the joystick, which I'm sure you figured out at this point. Is it possible to look inside the wing flaps and speed brake movement parts and pipes? We certainly can. Holy cow. Look at this. Like, they've literally... It's gonna be hard to... It's gonna be hard to get. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, there's the actuators, there are the... Yeah, look at this. Yeah, it's all in there. Wish I could get it right. There we go. Yeah, look at this. It's unbelievable. It's pretty cool. I do have to say, it's pretty darn cool. 88, yes, this plane is as good, it's absolutely as good, if not better, than the 737 in terms of FPS. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. See, and I love details like this. That stuff is pretty cool. Whoa. So we are currently inside. Look at this one. We're in the baggage compartment here. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Drop the gear doors and take a look. Yeah, Ryan, I did that just a little bit ago. The main gear doors have some maintenance signs on them. Let's go check that out again. Where are we? Oh, look at this. We have accidentally wound up inside. Yeah, that's the sign I was talking about. Check that out. Pretty neat. That's this kind of thing I just love because they did not spare details. Let's see, wear pins on the wheels to show the brake wear. I probably do. So cool. Let's see. We need to move down flaps and activate brake speeds. Let's see, what else do we see here? Did you open the door or use the alternate gear switch? So there is, I actually learned this one yesterday, hold on. Let's go back to the main camera. Actually learned this one yesterday, courtesy of Robert Randazzo. The the emergency gear switch is right here. What happens if we do that right now? Oh, the alternate gear switch will drop the doors. Let's look here. No. Not what I meant to do. Okay. Look at the detail on it. Is that what you were looking for? Ah, okay. I see. So when it says they're closed, what it means is that this portion of it is closed and the gears. Alright. So there you have it. That's pretty cool. So there's that. But alright, well. So it's getting close to lunchtime. It's actually past lunchtime for me. So I'm gonna, I think probably gonna wrap it up. Beautiful night here in Bologna, Italy. I love nighttime in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Dusk. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. So now I know I have to overshoot. No, but here, look. Oh, yeah, see. Yep. Alright. Well, I'll work on my parking. But the approach wasn't too bad. Landing wasn't too bad. Slap the logo light on. Logo and wing lights. Logo and wing lights are cool. The logo light is somewhat you don't. I mean, you can definitely see it, but it's more subtle than the other lights. And then the wing light is this one here. I mean, they've just done a beautiful job. I mean, it just looks so nice. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it just looks awesome. I wonder what that's all about. Ah, the Italians have turned on the lights. Poor people, they can't get out yet. Probably because some bozo parked the plane too close to this thing, and they can't pull up with the, So everybody's sitting in here wondering what's happening. So, well, gentlemen and ladies, this was a pretty awesome time. I really enjoyed this. It is a cool. Oh, what was my? Let me see my landing rate. Yesterday it was like, ooh, 158. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. I gotta brag to a friend of mine about that. I have a friend of mine who lands a 737 at like 8 feet a minute all the time. He's really good. One more stream tomorrow. You got it, baby. I'm gonna do that. Magnum PI. What's going on? Oh, Magnum. There's some awesome. Now that you've asked, I'm gonna show you. The wear and tear on it is really cool. Let me see here. Let's get back to the showcase camera. So, first of all, Magnum, check this out. Hold on. Where did it go? Oh yeah. Sorry, I hope I don't make you sick to your stomach here. See this? Whoopsie. It's got like service signs around here. But like you can see like the metal on the underside of wings is always like this. It's got this spotty, like even on my Cherokee it's got that. It just looks, you know, just I don't know what that comes from, but it's impossible to get off. But like check out the like this stuff right here on the trailing edges right there of the metal. This window weeping that you always see on real aircraft is there. I mean, it's just so cool. They did, and let's see, you can see it here. Probably see it better if it was light out here. I think the night looks so cool. I'm gonna leave it at night. Grab a center line before the engine cowl gets there, and a bit of asymmetric thrust should get you there. Okay. In the cockpit, grab the center line before the engine cowl gets there. Alright. Practice, 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 exactly. I mean, the 7.3 is easy to park, you know? I guess every airplane is different. I mean, this is a big airplane. But I just love these details. You know? It's a loved but used airplane. You know what I mean? And you can see the logo light better now. But it just looks awesome. It looks awesome. It flies awesome. Oh, I'll show you guys one more thing. Anybody who didn't see this yesterday. Whoopsie. Check this out. And I think Matisse said they're gonna make this, like, this is actually gonna be usable at some point. Right now, I don't think it does anything. And again, this movement is all from whatchamacallit, it's all from FS Realistic Pro. Let me get myself off Vatsim here. But yeah, I mean, it's such a cool airplane. It's such a cool airplane. You can go back, let's go back into the cockpit and we'll do, let's see here. Whoopsie, no, that's not what I meant to do. Let's go here. And we'll go here, whoopsie. Alright, let's go this way. Alright, let's open the door. Let's open the door. Whoopsie. How many times do I say whoops in the last 5 minutes? One of the things I think is really cool is you could set up, as a matter of fact, I'm going to. You could set up a custom camera of what it's like to be sitting in the first seat in first class. Let me see here. Where am I? Oh, wait, we gotta be sitting this way. Alright. And look, we're in first class. So I'm in first class in my own plane. It's cool stuff. So there it is, guys. Good stuff. Dan, I think they're gonna do that. I think that's what Matisse said earlier. So, gentlemen, I'm gonna wrap it up, and I might in about, what is it, 3 o'clock? About 6 hours, I might fly down in Australia. See if I flew down in Australia one time at like 7 o'clock on a Saturday night in New York, which was 9 o'clock in the morning in Australia, and they were super nice. The Vatsim ATC guys down there, and so I'm really tempted to maybe live stream later this evening and give the Australians and everybody else in that region of the world a chance to get a look at this plane before Monday. Might do it, might not, but I'm definitely gonna fly it again tomorrow. Definitely gonna fly it again tomorrow. If I'm gonna fly it again tonight, I will put the stream up as early as I can so that you guys will know. But I'll either do it at 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock tonight. But I'm gonna milk this for all it's worth. But thank you guys for coming along. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody had a good time watching me manhandle the 777 onto the ground. And we'll work on the parking. That was just appalling. We'll work on the parking. I'll have to go back and watch the video and see how I wound up getting myself in such a poor position. MPS Gaming, you have a wonderful weekend as well. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Magnum, this plane is just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just awesome. It's very similar operationally. I mean, I don't know. It's very similar operationally to the 737. I've been this is the third time I've flown this plane, and I feel very, very comfortable in it. But it does a lot of the things that you have to do manually in the 737 are done automatically in the 777. Like, for example, to start the APU, you just hit start and you're done. You don't have to flip generator switches. You don't have to do any of that stuff. It does it all itself. It's just the level of automation to me is perfect because it makes it feel like you've got a co-pilot. You're not there's a whole bunch of things that you don't have to do that you manually have to do in the 737. So it just makes it a little more enjoyable to fly the plane when you're by yourself, you know. Meanwhile, burnt out my windows. It's just it's awesome, and to me it handles like manual flying, hand flying handles better than the 737 to me. I mean, it felt really, really good. So it's a great airplane. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Yeah, early Christmas for sure. Apple Sheep, sorry to hear about that. You know, the good thing about being stuck in Miami Airport on an American Airlines flight is you can go to the American Airlines flagship lounge and hit the bar. But we don't want to encourage people to do that. The MD-11, I'm not a big retro airline guy. MD-11. Yeah, that's the 3 engine, right? Yeah. It's interesting. But I mean, everybody likes different things, so everybody who wants to fly that's awesome. But guys, thank you so much, everybody, for coming out and keeping me company. I really, really appreciate it. I had an awesome time. I hope you guys did as well. Magnum, Apple Sheep, MPS. Yes, Jim, I just saw your comment. Yes. So I got early access is the very short story. And Magnum, the E190 is a cool plane too. That's the Embraers flying in the first class in the Embraers is, in my opinion, arguably more comfortable than flying first class in the 737. The E195 first class is super comfortable. Really is. The seats are lower and the windows are higher, so you don't have to stoop to kind of look out the window. It's gorgeous, beautiful airplane. But Jim, yeah. So I got early access, courtesy of PMDG to share this airplane with you guys. So, Buckman, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Good to see you, TVFD. Thank you so much. Appreciate the knowledge. Meatball, good to see you. Ryan, cool. I really appreciate you. You clearly have some knowledge about this airplane too. If you want to join the Discord, please do. And Aviate, Ada, Jamie, thank you for coming around. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And I will get a look at the Discord. But thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Kashif, good to see you as well. And yeah. Oh, so Apple Sheep, did you actually fly the 190, or are you talking flying in the sim? I'm assuming you're a professional pilot, is my guess. Yeah, the 777 to St. Kitts would be a tough one. I'd like to see UN land this thing in a couple of places that he's landed the A330, but on the sim, okay. Okay. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Good times. And I'll see you guys either later today or tomorrow. So have a good rest of your Saturday, and we shall talk soon, guys. Everybody be well. Take care.